Welcome to the Mac and Main Show Quarantine Edition number 5 or 6. I don't even know. I've lost count at this point. Jack Main, Steve McAvoy, special guest Liz Flynn could only be here for one reason, and that is Jeopardy night, Steve. That's right. We are back for our third Jeopardy night. Of course, one of our most competitive, probably our best shows that we have been Jeopardy nights. Liz has been on for the last one. She's on for this one. It'll be Liz's last in-person Jeopardy that we do as she is graduating and moving on to bigger and better things than hosting a college radio show Jeopardy game. So, Liz, thank you so much for being here. Steve, how are you doing tonight? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go 1 and 2?
So, whoa.
You ready for your losing streak to be extended?
Oh, okay, hold on. First of all, my solo cup, for those of you who are listening, you can't see my solo cup, but I just made chicken wings, so I am full stomach, ready to go. I've been playing Trivia Crack all day. My girlfriend's over. She's currently upstairs. I've been playing Trivia Crack next to her the whole time as we've been watching Too Hot to Handle. It's like a new show on Netflix. So she's been watching that. I've been playing Trivia Crack, getting ready for this. So I'm pretty ready. But you're going to lose, just so you know.
No, I feel like I'm on the win streak right now. We are 1 and 1. We are 1 and 1 in the career so far. Steve won the very first one about a year ago to the month. And I won the last one that happened back in December. So, Liz, are you ready to go?
I am more than ready. I'm very thrilled to be here, even though it's in the comfort of my own home and not with you lovely people in person. Aww. But I'm ready to watch you two argue with each other while I take some detailed notes.
So, Liz Flynn, the vice president, or actually now former vice president, shout out Ryan Flaherty, of QBSN, the world's greatest photographer, at least the greatest photographer on the East Coast of the United States. And that is a just straight fact. All you got to do is go follow her on Twitter. Plug your social, Liz.
My Twitter is @LizFlynn with 2 underscores. That's mostly just for chuckles and laughs. But my Instagram is @LFlynnPhotos, which is where all of my photographing things happen. And if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, 100% go for it. But that's about it.
I got to say, you had a sick thread on Twitter of every day in April, you had a photo.
Do you like that?
Those are
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, go follow Liz Flynn. Make sure you guys go follow us on social as well. We are on Twitter @Mac and Main, and then on Facebook it's Mac and Main as well. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube as well. Big things come in fall 2020. I don't know how many more episodes we're going to have for the spring semester, but in the fall we got big things coming, things planned. We are moving up in the world. As From the Bleachers will not be back on regular scheduled programming, we have to try to, be as great as they are. So without further ado, Liz, do you want to explain the rules of the game?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. So how it's going to work is I'm going to share my screen just so that I'll be able to see everything and you guys will too, and I'll just basically control it and go back and forth. And it's just going to start off with, we'll probably have you two do like virtual rock, paper, scissors or something to figure out who does the first question and picks the category, and then you guys will buzz in using the reaction things on Zoom. And if you get it correct, then you get to pick the next question or category and topic, and then you have the first dibs at answering it, and it's going to continue like that until you either get one wrong or you get 3 correct in a row. Once you get 3 correct in a row, then we're going to have the next person have an opportunity at answering first, just so it doesn't get too uneven and boring for our viewers.
Yeah. Last time, I think in the second half of the show, at least, I think I went on like a string of 15 or something like that, and Steve didn't have a chance to rebuttal. So we want to make it more fair. Steve, I'm literally giving you an opportunity to win right now. This was out of the fact that.
All right. Last time, the 15 questions that you had right, I knew probably 13 of them, and one of them you didn't even know. You just guessed and got on a whim. So
yeah, probably. That's probably ain't a lot. I know that I'm going to struggle mightily. So, Liz, go ahead, share your screen. As soon as you have everything all squared up here. So, Liz, you go ahead and read off the categories as soon as we get them going here.
Jeopardy, Mac and Main. I'd like to thank the Google template I found. No, I did not make this. Let's get that straight.
Oh, I love this.
Here we go. So our topics are professional sports, Quinnipiac sports, pop culture, random life facts, and a Liz Flynn category. I don't think the questions are that difficult, but it also could be it's me. So, who knows? And then Final Jeopardy, you'll find out when we get there.
Oh man, this is
Oh
exciting.
boy, here we go. I don't know if it's hit me yet. I don't know if it's hit me yet.
Jack, how are we going to determine the home field advantage here?
Liz had the suggestion of rock, paper, scissors. Or
Alright.
do you want Liz, do you have like just a random trivia off the top of your head that isn't in here?
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Okay. So then you'll just have to buzz in with your reactions.
Okay.
I'm
Yep,
gonna I'm gonna fumble the question a little bit, but the basis is fine. Which NBA player had to stop playing early after being diagnosed with HIV? Steve.
Magic.
Say it again.
Magic Johnson.
Yes, correct. Okay. So you have the first. That was going to be one of my trivia questions, and then I changed it. So you're lucky I remembered that.
All right. Oh,
I don't know how you're going to be able to see how quick it goes here.
It's quick. Hey, I told her coming in. I said it's like baseball. If it's in the strike zone, it's a strike. Do not go straight into the ball. Like no, it's a strike.
Because how I'm doing it is I'm staring at the both of you, so I'll just be able to see the yellow that comes up first.
All right.
You better watch out, man.
Right.
Got a quick finger. All right. I want to start us off. Let's go. You know what? Let's go big. Liz Flynn 300.
Liz Flynn 300. Question is, how many siblings does Liz Flynn have? I don't need ages, gender, whatever. None of that. Just the number.
3.
No.
2.
Yeah. Correct.
I was so. I could have sworn there was a third.
I have two sisters.
I knew there was
I
2,
knew
and I
that.
thought there was a third. All right.
Hang out in the media suite more often, Steve.
So what's a little bit tough with this, though, is that they don't blur out when you're done because everything is hyperlinked. So I'll just remind you guys as we go which ones are available to answer.
All right. No
Okay.
problem.
Let's go. So Steve cannot buzz in,
No.
Correct?
Correct. So now you just get to pick it and take your sweet time answering it.
All right. Let's go Quinnipiac Sports 100.
Quinnipiac Sports 100. Your question is, what is the name of Quinnipiac's mascot?
Boomer.
No, it's not.
That is correct. It is Boomer the Bobcat. Boomer, or I would have taken either.
Oh,
So,
could've
Jack,
sworn it was
you
Greg.
got that correct. So now, Jack, you get to pick again and have first dibs at answering.
Oh.
All right. Let's go Pro Sports for 300.
Pro Sports 300. Which NBA player starred in the 2012 family comedy Thunderstruck?
Oh, no. LeBron James?
No. Steve?
Kevin Durant.
Yes.
It was better than Like Mike. Hot take.
Okay, so Steve, you got that one, and now you have pick.
Let's go. All right. QU Sports 200.
This player reached 1,000 career points this season while playing against his brother's team.
Oh, Rich Kelly.
Correct.
Swag Kelly. Ooh.
I didn't just want to say he reached 1,000 points, so I was like, you know what? Let's just add a little spice to it.
I dig it.
Just
All right.
for bragging rights, do you know the team his brother plays on / his name?
It's either Fairfield or Marist.
I know exactly what it is.
I don't know his name, but it's
Jack, would you like to share
Let's
just
go.
to say you know it?
Yeah, Fairfield, and his name is John.
Oh, look at you go, random knowledge. There you go. Okay.
honestly, it was probably one of the games that he covered, so he happened to know it off the top of his head.
Actually, it wasn't.
Oh, cool. Oh,
I was actually filming that game for EK Plays.
Oh, well, look at
EK
you.
plays.
So you know your stuff. All right.
All right,
That's the
Steve.
board. Let's go
Steve, you can continue.
Pro Sports 100.
Okay. Joe Burrow was selected number 1 in the NFL draft to what team?
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes, he was. I
And
tried
if you
to
guys
give him
didn't know
wrong.
that, go watch our Mac and Maine football live stream. NFL draft live stream was like
4.5
4
hours with Steve Pappas. Wild times.
That's why we didn't have an episode last week, because we streamed for 4 hours with Steve Pappas on the NFL.
It was
draft.
great till like midnight.
Oh, my
And
God.
honestly, the
That was
Bengals
a
are probably
long time.
still going to go 4-12. Let's go Pro Sports 2.
Pro Sports 200. This former NHL player holds the record for goals with 894.
Wayne
Wayne who?
Gretzky.
Yes. I was like, Wayne.
How many Waynes do you know?
Wayne.
Wayne's World, Planet Rock.
Okay, so Steve, that was your third.
Yeah.
Third.
So now you get to still pick the category, I think, but you both buzz in to answer it.
All right, deal. All right.
I thought no, wait. I thought Steve picked, but I thought I picked. I have a chance, don't I? I answer first.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. We just
Okay.
made up the rules minutes before we started this
We
show.
literally did.
Okay, Jack. Yeah, you're right. So now it's your turn to go.
All right. Let's go random life facts for 100. Need a gimme.
Okay. This Shakespeare play is about two star-crossed lovers.
What is Romeo and Juliet?
That is correct, sir.
Oh wow. Okay. So hey, you knew that. Congratulations.
I needed a gimme, like I said. Liz Flynn, 100.
Liz Flynn 100. Here we go. Where is Liz Flynn from?
Long Island?
Yes,
New York?
sir.
Do I get a bonus point if I answer the town?
No, 'cause
No.
I couldn't do that because I know you know that.
Also, it's going up on YouTube, so if you
No, hold
tell-
on, wait. I'm starting to second guess myself. Is it Williston Park or East Williston?
Williston Park.
Damn it! All right, I was gonna say East
Okay.
Williston. So,
If anyone's watching this and you want to come find me, good luck. All right, Jack, go ahead. Pick
That's
another.
not social distancing. Is Quinnipiac 300 available?
Yes, it is. Would you like it?
Yeah, let's do it.
In 2016, Quinnipiac men's ice hockey defeated which team to advance to the national championship game?
This
Come on.
predates my time here.
Come on, man. It
It's
predates my time.
Technically, it predates our time too because we were seniors in high school.
I mean, I watched it on ESPN, so I know.
No, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it UMass?
No, it is not, Steve.
Close. It was Boston College,
Yes, it was.
and then they lost 5-1 to North Dakota. Oh,
R.I.P. Okay, Steve. Now you have control of the board.
that team was sweaty too. Random life facts 200.
Okay. This monument stretches for about 4,500 miles across North China.
Great Wall of China.
Yep. I needed something that was not as easy as Romeo and Juliet, but still easy enough.
China.
Okay, go ahead, Steve.
All right. Is Pro Sports 4 there?
Yeah, Pro Sports 4 and 5.
All right. Let's do Pro Sports 4.
Who was the first MLB player to have his number retired?
Ooh, the first time. Ooh, I actually don't know this. Well, we got to think way back. Is it Babe Ruth?
No, it is not, Jack.
That's a hard question.
Gehrig?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
That's
All
a
right.
big 400.
I couldn't tell if you were bluffing.
That was
I'm
a
going to have
big
to count this up
400.
at another point because I'm just writing your names next to when you get things right. So the math I'll have to do quickly after.
It's so bad when you totally forget that Lou Gehrig had one of the greatest speeches in baseball history, and yet ALS. Oof, tough.
Yeah, true. One of the greatest speeches in sports history. You kidding me?
That is true.
Pop culture 100. This is where I think Steve and I are going to go down the drain.
Okay, here we go. Pop culture 100, you said?
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's known for which classic holiday song that debuted in the 90s?
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yes, I would have been so disappointed in you if you did not.
I thought that song came out in the 2000s. That's why I kind of like.
You stood there for a minute and you were like, "Wait a minute."
I was like, Jack, I included holiday song in the clue.
Shannon Flaherty
Okay,
would be
this
proud.
is your third time around.
This is my third time around. Okay, so let's go pop for 300.
Jack's gonna get it wrong.
Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo. What are they?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
And they're also all artists.
They are also all artists, yes.
It's true, but whatever. Oh, shit.
Oh!
Oh!
I
I
don't even know what that was.
I don't
We
know
didn't
how
look.
that
Close your eyes.
We didn't
Close your
look.
eyes.
It's
We
okay.
didn't
It's okay.
look. We're back.
All right. All right. So did Jack hit his
No, I got one
straight?
more. I got one more.
I think I didn't hit it. I hit it by accident. I apologize.
You're all good.
I
Okay,
got one
so
more
now,
here.
Jack, that was your third correct.
Oh.
That was? Oh, okay, because I stole the
Because
first
you
one.
stole the last one. So
All right.
now, Steve, you get to go.
What's left in the Q sports category?
Quinnipiac Sports, you have 400 and 500 left.
Let's do QU Sports 4. Going for the home run.
This Quinnipiac coach earned her 200th career win this past season after 25 years of coaching.
Oh, God. I'm forgetting her name. It's the field hockey coach. Oh, back in Maine?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And it's good that you got that because if you just said it's the field hockey coach, I would not have been able to give that to you.
No relation.
True, no relation. Okay, Steve,
No
go ahead.
relation.
Liz Flynn 4.
Liz Flynn 400.
I'm going for the bombs right now.
What award did Liz Flynn receive from QU School of Communications this year?
Oh, God. Well,
It has a very specific title, but as long as either of you just get the basis of it, I will accept it.
I want to say it's like the Outstanding Senior Award, but I don't know if that's right.
Is
Or,
that the final answer?
wait, no.
I don't know. I don't think you can.
That's my guess. I can't get a second guess.
So your guess is the Outstanding Senior Award?
Sure.
That's
No.
so
Jack,
bad.
do you know?
Not even close.
I have a second one in my head, but I know I can't use it.
It's an achievement in media something. Media studies, achievement in media studies.
Yep. Outstanding Achievement in Media Studies. I'll take that, Jack.
That was the second guess.
That was your second guess, yeah. Like
Let's
technically it is a senior award, but it's only awarded to seniors because they're graduating.
Yeah, like I knew it was either out of all seniors or was your major, and so I was like, all right.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's all right.
Okay, so
Is that Liz
Jack,
for 4?
that was me for 4. So now Jack, you get to go now.
All right. Pro sports 400. No. Yeah, pro sports 400.
We already
We're
did that.
just gonna
The only
go.
one
We
left in
did?
pro sports is 500.
All right, let's wing it. Here we go.
The bomb here.
No? Which 2 cities have the oldest stadiums in the MLB?
Which 2 cities? Boston and Chicago.
Correct. Okay.
Big 5 bomb.
I could not tell you what your scores are, but I will tally them up before we do Final Jeopardy so you know how much you'd like to wager.
All right.
And another thing for our lovely viewers / listeners, we are not doing typical Jeopardy style where if they get it wrong, they lose points. I'm a communications major. That is not math, I feel like.
You don't do math. Okay.
I'm just going to be very giving for all of this. Okay, so you guys have now wiped out the professional sports category.
Okay, it is no longer available.
And Jack, that is your second correct answer.
Second, because I got the Liz Flynn one. Okay,
Goal and then
let's go pop for 5.
Ooh.
Up for 5.
Are you trying to put me in the
Who is
grave?
the oldest of the Kardashian sisters?
Courtney.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh.
let's go. That show paid off. I knew watching that show was going to pay off.
You watched that show?
Well, yeah, I watched that show, bro.
Oh.
I was a big Scott and Courtney fan. Big Scott and Courtney fan.
Wow.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Scott Disick is my spirit animal.
Dude, that guy is a legend. I'm so bummed I got a divorce. Ugh.
He personally felt like he was affected in that relationship. Okay, so Jack, that was your third. So now, Steve, it's your turn to go.
Random life facts 5. I need this. I need
What
this.
Italian sculptor painted the Sistine Chapel?
Oh, Michelangelo.
Yes. I had to check because I didn't even know.
All right, funny story. Total sidebar here. So because of the quarantine, my family has been asking me. My mom, for the longest time, said your career shouldn't be in business or comm. You should be a cruise director. And I was like, why? And she goes, because you're so fun and you get to work on a cruise. And I'm like, sure. And so for all of break so far, I've been doing like trivia nights, and the other day we did Jeopardy, and that was actually a question on our Jeopardy. So very lucky for me.
There you go then. Okay.
Back right here. So, all right. The 5 bomb from Michelangelo. Okay.
So sorry.
But I got 2 5 bombs, so get out of here.
I'm about to get a third. Is Pop Culture 4 available?
Yes, it is. You can do Pop Culture 4 or Pop Culture 2.
I'll do 4.
Who was named Artist of the Decade at the 2019 AMAs?
Can I get a genre?
No.
Probably not.
Not part of the question.
Artist of the decade.
No, yeah, it's not by genre. It is like just the overall, like, at the American Music Awards, they awarded this person Artist of the Decade.
Was it Lady Gaga?
No.
Damn.
Jack, do you know?
I'm gonna take a guess and say Kendrick.
Say who?
Kendrick Lamar.
No, it was not. It was Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like I
can deal with that.
that's debatable.
It's debatable.
Okay, so because we both got it wrong, don't we now have to both buzz in? This question? But I selected it.
Yeah, so Steve, you would select the category, but then you both have to buzz in.
All right, get the
Oh,
buzzer.
but here's the thing: you have to wait until I finish reading the question because I
Fine.
cannot read the question and look at you at the same time.
Fine.
So,
Fine.
Steve, you can pick a category.
I'll go pop culture 2.
Pop culture 200, okay? And okay, making sure. Okay, this Disney princess dresses up as a man to save her father. Are you serious right now? The two of you?
This is a man to save her father.
Jack?
What's the one that rides the magic carpet? Jasmine.
Okay. Well, you're correct in that the one that rides the magic carpet is Jasmine, but it's also technically Aladdin, and that is not correct. How?
Dresses up as a man to save her father. All right, hold on.
There's got to be a beep 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 here at some point.
No, hold on. No. I need to run. On. Oh.
Steve?
Mulan.
Mulan? Yes. Oh my
Let's go.
God.
I never watched Mulan. I also think it is a lame soundtrack. That's why I didn't watch it.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
Okay.
Totally on a whim.
I have absolutely no words. That was a 200 question. I thought it would be easy.
The fact that Jack knew Kourtney Kardashian and didn't know Mulan. Okay.
And we all have our dark secrets.
Yeah, secretly we do.
Okay, so with that, you guys now clear out the pop culture category.
Liz, what is left on the board?
Quinnipiac. Why did I say that so weird? Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac Sports, you have 500. Random Life Facts, you have 300 and 400. And then for Liz Flynn, you have 200 and 500.
Let's do Liz Flynn too.
Liz Flynn for 200. And so now, Steve, you can just answer because you got the other one correct. So Liz Flynn, 200. Name one of Liz Flynn's two favorite sports teams.
Los New York Mets.
Correct. I also would have accepted the New York.
Oh, there's the Rags. Let's go.
But you got one. So, okay, next.
So all I had to know. QU Sports 5.
QU Sports 500. Trying not to hit the thing. Hello? How many conferences is Quinnipiac part of?
3.
No. Jack?
4.
Oh.
No.
Is it 5? Oh, it's 5. I forgot rugby.
It is 5.
Mac? MAC is the majority. Big East is field hockey. ECAC hockey are the two ice hockey programs. NCATA is National Collegiate Acrobatics and Tumbling Association. And then NIRA is rugby.
That's the one I forgot. Yep.
Wow.
I'd like
that
to
was a rugby beat reporter.
Quinnipiac Athletics website for providing me with that fun fact because I didn't know.
Jack was the rugby beat reporter. Oh, God. Make sure none of them see this episode. They're going to kill you.
And now after
I was closer than you.
Now you guys wiped the Quinnipiac category.
So so it's just Random Life Facts and Liz Flynn?
I believe so. I'm just keeping an update on so for Random Life Facts, you can do 300 or 400. And then for Liz Flynn, you can do 500.
All right. We have to buzz in again.
Yeah, we do. Oh, man.
So, does Jack get to pick the category?
I picked the category.
Yeah, he does.
All right. So, what do we have? We have Liz Flynn 5.
Liz Flynn 5 and Random Life 3 or 4.
Okay. Liz Flynn 5.
Liz Flynn 500. Okay, and just remember let me finish the question before you buzz in because I won't be able to see.
Yep.
Liz Flynn 500. What 4 sports did Liz Flynn play growing up? Steve.
Softball,
Okay.
volleyball,
Okay.
soccer.
Okay.
All right, throw me a bone here. Was this last sport only in high school, or was it like your whole life?
Say that again?
You cannot throw him a bone.
Was the last sport?
I didn't hear your question, so I don't want to like hear it and then make a face, but it's just 4 sports that in my lifetime, from birth to 22 years, I have played.
So softball, volleyball, soccer.
I'm going
have
to need an answer.
You have to buzz out at some point here.
I'm going to need an answer.
Basketball.
Correct. You got that on a guess. Congratulations.
So
yeah, I was trying to think of questions that, because for the viewers, Steve and I have known each other since high school. So we're trying to I'm trying to come up with questions that aren't too giving away to one person or the other.
Well, a small part of me thought you ran track in high school, and I was like, no, she couldn't have. And then I thought, oh wait, did she play hockey? But I've never seen any photos or videos of you playing hockey. So
I wish, but I cannot say that I have.
Can you skate?
Okay. Can I what?
Can you skate?
When I first get on the ice, I cannot. And then after a couple minutes, I can. And then I leave the ice and then never remember, and I have to do the whole process all over again. So that's a no, to put it simply. Okay,
I haven't skated in years.
I can't skate, so.
Terrible. So now you have Random Life Facts 300 or Random Life Facts 400. So Steve, that was
that was 500.
That was just your first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Random Life Facts 3.
Need my notes. Random Life Facts for 300. To find this, take the mass of an object and divide it by its volume.
You think I know science? The mass divided by volume, mass over volume equals.
I think I have it.
Is it the density?
Yes.
E equals M over V. Thank you. Oh.
Okay, so now the last, I believe it is the last one. I'm just double checking my notes. Yes, it is. So the last one is Random Life Facts for 4, and then Steve, you just get the first dibs because it was only your second correct answer.
All right, deal.
So Random Life Facts for 400. This horse-like creature is the national animal of Scotland.
The unicorn.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Jack, I think you're in the toilet bowl right now, sir.
Yeah, I'm pretty far down.
I'm just quickly looking at. So now you guys have wiped every category. So now I'm just going to add up your scores for now so that you can tell me what you want to wager for the final Jeopardy.
Fantastic. So before we go on, I just want to say a quick little shout out to Jack Main. He was announced as the show programming manager for WQAQ. So Jack, shout out to you. Congratulations. A lot of really good things great things gonna come, especially with the radio show. I remember, I think it was 1 or 2 nights ago. I text Jack. It's like midnight, and I'm like laying in bed, and I find the Facebook video of the San Francisco Giants from like 4 years ago did like a Full House opening, and I was like, that'd be so cool to do at school. And I like brainstormed from like 12 to 4 in the morning of like random stuff that we could do on video, just kind of get some more content. So be sure to look at that. A lot of cool stuff.
We've got a lot of cool things coming in the fall here. We're going to start to work on our video production a little bit more. We're going to be expanding our guest audience as well. We've been doing a lot of great work with all the WQAQ shows that we've brought in. Skip, Rick Magnante. We want to get more of you guys involved in the show some way, somehow. We have a long list of people that, we want on the show, but then also who want to come on the show. So we're going to try to get around to everybody as best we can. But we don't really know how many more shows we're going to do before the quarantine is over. But we, at some point, will take a break for the summer, and we will come back in the fall 2020, and we will be stronger than ever. The Mac and Main show is no longer a show. It's really a brand, and we are super excited to share with you guys what we have coming up. So, Liz, do you have our scores?
Yes, I do, and the math wasn't that hard, so blessed. So, Jack, you are sitting with 2,800 points.
Okay.
Steve, you are sitting with 3,800 points. So only 1,000 difference. And I'm going to do the same thing where you guys can wager whatever you want. Please don't make it an obscure number for my sake, but whatever. Alas, it's up to you.
We have to PM on Zoom. No funny business.
So I'm going to show you the final Jeopardy topic. And then I will show you the question after you have already given me how much you want to wager. And if you get it right, it'll add to your score. And if you get it wrong, your score is going to remain as it is because, again, math is not happening.
Oh, come on. That's the fun part of Final Jeopardy, though.
Okay, fine. Then for this, I will subtract it.
I think there is subtracting.
It's simple math. This is like, it's first grade, SpongeBob.
It's first grade.
Okay. Okay, it's fine. So we'll do that. So, Jack, you have 2,800. Steve, you have 3,800. Your final Jeopardy topic is Quinnipiac history.
Oh, man. My goodness.
So tell me how much both of you want to wager, and then I will show you the question.
Jack, you can go first.
Oh, I thought we were PMing.
Oh, we can do that. Oh, yeah, because you're normally not supposed to see that. Oh, wait. Can you text it to me because I can't leave the
Oh, yeah, sure.
Screen. Okay, hold on.
Let me whip up Liz Flynn on my...
That's my name. But now that I'm not typing and I can actually say something. Yes, Jack, congratulations on your lovely position in WQIQ. So proud.
Thank you so much.
Parenting moment for
Liz.
Okay, and then I just need Steve's. Okay, so now you both gave me your wagers. So if you get it right, it'll add. And if you get it wrong, that is how much you will lose. Okay, so the question is, and you don't have to buzz in because you both just give me an answer.
Yep.
What year did Quinnipiac move from New Haven to its current Mount Carmel campus location? So, since it's a year and you both get it wrong, that could obviously defeat the purpose. So, would you like to do a range where if you get it in a range, I'll count it?
So, like, whoever's, like, closest?
Would you like me to do that, or do you want it to just be perfect?
I think it should be perfect.
Yeah, I'll go perfect.
Okay, so you have to get the exact date. Otherwise, you will lose your money. Is that what you want to do?
Sure, we'll do it.
Okay, so Jack has given me his answer.
Oh, wait, we
so
text it in?
Text it to me just so I have it,
Okay.
and then I'll have you guys say it. Because I don't want one of you to say it and then the other to, like, copy what the other says. You know what I mean?
Okay, hold on.
And we're using the honor system here. Okay. Okay, let me make sure I have the answer. Okie dokie. So, Jack Main, since you have less points, please share your answer.
Tour guide training has guided me to the answer of 1960, the year that Quinnipiac moved from moved from New Haven to Mount Carmel.
Mount Carmel?
Mount Carmel.
Oh.
Mount Carmel, okay.
Whatever.
And Steve, what is your answer?
I put 1962.
So, here is the answer that the Quinnipiac University website gave me. You're both wrong.
Oh.
So when Jack said he was a tour guide, my first thought was, how did I mess this up? But I got it from Quinnipiac's website. So Jack, someone must have been lying to you in admissions.
I mean, I was an orientation leader, and they also gave us a PowerPoint on this. So I'm
going to go find my tour script because I need to cite my answer.
Yeah, if you'd like to, and you can show me proof that your answer's correct, I'll take it. But that's just what I found online.
Jack's like, this Jeopardy is under protest.
Because I just Googled Quinnipiac University history, and then it brought me to like the quinnipiacu.edu website, and then I scrolled for a bit, and then I found a photo of the quad, and under that photo it said it. Here we go.
Okay.
Well,
This is what it looks like.
it also says on Wikipedia, although it isn't the most credible site, in 1966, after having outgrown its campus in New Haven, Quinnipiac moved to its current campus in Mount Carmel.
It says 1960. Yeah.
My tour script also says 1966.
Oh, so close. Okay. So,
Man.
Jack, you wagered all of it. So, you end with $0. Steve, you wagered 999, which puts you at what?
3,800 minus 999, 2,801.
2801. I knew you did some kind of math, so you'd be right above him, but I just,
The voodoo math right there, yep.
So,
Jack Maine, bow down to your supreme.
so congratulations, Steve McAvoy. You have won Jeopardy.
All right. Do I get my 20 seconds of FaceTime?
You can. I can stop sharing my screen, and we can give people all you.
All right, awesome. So my quick little 20 seconds, just like how they do it on Around the Horn, I want to give a shout out to Alex Smith. I watched a documentary about his recovery from his injury, and oh my goodness, I feel so bad for that man. What he went through. What they did surgery, found that there was bacteria, had to reopen his leg and do the whole thing over again, and like you saw it, and it was literally just a bone and some like veins attached. It was disgusting. But incredible how the doctors went from life-saving mode to simply fixing him, and he's still with us. So shout out to Alex Smith, great documentary. Go watch it. It's called Project 11 on ESPN. So watch that. There's my airtime.
Wow.
You use your airtime to plug a professional athlete.
Well, all right. It was a great story, and personally, I find it more entertaining than The Last Dance. Honestly.
You're bugging, bro. The Last Dance is one of the best things to come out of ESPN ever.
I think it's really good. I've also only watched the first 2 episodes, so I'm behind a little bit. But I don't know. I personally really liked it.
Well, we don't have any other news to cover, do we?
Not really, unless y'all want to debate something.
I mean, this is where we are within our hour of podcast, and we don't really have anything planned other than the fact that we just played Jeopardy. That was one of the fastest Jeopardies we've ever done. That was like 30, 40 minutes ish.
Yeah,
so
it didn't take that long. I'm trying to remember from last time we did the same. We just did 5 categories. We didn't do originally.
Yeah, I think
doing 6, but the no template had that, and I was like,
I think what it was we did a news segment before we started our last Jeopardy, which is usually how we did it. We did not do that this time. There really isn't a ton of news to report on, other than the fact that Andy Dalton just signed with the Cowboys a couple days ago. So the Dallas Cowboys now have 2 quarterbacks that are better than any Patriots quarterback, which is a really good feeling. But you know what? You are a Jets and Giants fan, so screw you guys.
Whoa. Well, first of all, Jets and Giants. I'm pretty sure, Liz, I'm really hoping you're a Giants fan.
I am a Giants fan.
Okay, all right.
I thought he was saying that you were a Jets fan. I was so confused.
Get out of here. Well, hold on. Actually, I do have something interesting. So now with what was it? I believe it was the college. The NCAA released their now guidelines for what what's going to happen with revenue and commissions for players, which I read it over. I found it really interesting. They also talked about how they're giving the eligibility to spring athletes but not giving it to winter athletes. What I found really interesting was that the MLB released something saying that they aren't going to have a full draft like usual. It's going to be shortened, which is interesting now. And I believe we talked about it with Jacob Resnick and Will Fowler on the show a few weeks ago about how now with spring athletes maybe coming back, especially let's take Quinnipiac baseball, how some players that could have entered the that could have entered the draft or graduating might now come back. And yeah, they're expanding rosters, but they're not offering scholarships to those 50-year athletes. So like, how are things going to play out in college baseball? We really don't know. But in terms of the commission now, they're saying that there won't necessarily be an NCAA 21, but we're still kind of pulling for it. But they're figuring things out.
I think that one thing that definitely needs to happen for NCAA to come back, and then also for life to kind of return to normal. I think that there needs to be a level of understanding between the athletes, the schools, the fans, that you aren't going to come back unless it is deemed safe and okay. And if things like what's happening in Pennsylvania with like the protesting, the quarantine, that shit's not going to cut it. Like, they're not going to open up earlier because you're protesting like that. Like, you are only going to get what you want by waiting and bringing things back at the pace that the experts have prescribed it at. In all likelihood, my opinion, my guess is that we will have some sort of on-campus form heading into the fall 2020. But the big question is, are they going to reopen school as planned and as normal? And if they don't, if there are restrictions in place, you can bet your butts that there will not be fans in attendance at college sporting events.
Well, they don't even know. Like there's still question marks about even the fall semester even happening in terms of being on site. So like we really don't know what's going to happen. And if that happens, are they going to adopt the new rulings on spring sports for now fall sports? Even if we come back in October, November, these fall sports like soccer, they end in early November anyways. So if we come back and it's like the middle of October, then what are we going to do with all our fall athletes?
I wouldn't be surprised if they had to somehow condense seasons for the fall.
They're going to have to. But
like, I think they're definitely going to try to have them, because then again, like with the revenue, it's going to completely kill the teams. But if they can try to salvage some of the season and maybe just say, like, you can't have fans, you can only have like essential personnel and media workers and stuff. Mm-hmm. For us, it's different because Quinnipiac is such a smaller, not as, it's sad to say, but our stands aren't always filling at field hockey and soccer games, which is, I hate to say that because it breaks my heart that it's true, but it's not like it's a crazy school with, like, if this was men's hockey season, you know, they'd have to do something about it because that's the team that fills up the stadium. But
well, actually, that's what also makes this whole thing interesting. That if you think about it, it could actually be a blessing in disguise. Let's say we come back in like October, like the very beginning of October, but they're saying, all right, we're going to input social distancing orders just for a few months so we can get the hang of things. That means that most people aren't going to be going to hockey games because hockey starts early October. But combine that with the fact that you're going to have the soccer seasons going on in full swing, the field hockey season going on in full swing, people might actually be more apt to go into those games because it's such a larger area and you aren't condensed to one seat. It's more just like a bench. So people actually, for fall sports, it actually might be a blessing in disguise for them, knowing that because only 50 people can go to a hockey game because you got to stay 6 seats apart, and at that point it's only going to be 50 to 100 people because you can fit, I think, 400 in the student section. So at that point, you might actually have people that are going to want to go to these fall sports, which will bring more viewership to them and hopefully grow a little more school spirit. Because again, we aren't the big schools like Ohio State and Clemson and schools that thrive on football and these fall-based sports. And so we'll have to see. But
yeah. I mean, that's an interesting point, Steve. I mean, I know that there are select games that are broadcasted for a national audience in the fall, mostly revolving around soccer and field hockey. Because we are Big East in field hockey, we get a little bit more recognition for that program. But in terms of getting an audience, what was it? Was it Will Fowler and Jonathan Banks did a broadcast for ESPN Plus this past fall through QBSN. So if there are no fall sports, or if there are fall sports, but they have to limit the fans in attendance, I think that, to your point, Steve, I think that there is a possibility that our audience would actually grow because those those teams would be offered on ESPN Plus more often than just a couple of select times. And that would also be great for media, for student media, because if you are bringing in an ESPN type broadcast, you are then allowing students to work those broadcasts, and they're getting an opportunity to work those broadcasts. And then also, as long as they're doing an okay job, the fans that are listening at home or watching at home are going to be like, dang, that's the kind of program that I want to go and I want to be a part of. What an amazing opportunity that is.
And also, like, what are the chances if, let's say, Liz, you were saying possible condensed seasons. What if you didn't even try and condense it and you just said, okay, if we're going to come back in October, we're just going to play the soccer season until December? Because technically speaking, you could do it. It isn't unlikely to play soccer in the cold. You're able to do it. So let's just say that happens. And so soccer would then run from October to December, where hockey starts in October, basketball starts in early November. And again, two arena sports can't have a lot of fans. You actually might have people going to games in December for a soccer team, if it isn't horrible out, to kind of take it in and possibly get that playoff atmosphere that you can't necessarily get in hockey and basketball, because so early on in the season you're playing such hard, for the most part, tough opponents in terms of basketball, and you don't have the fan base, the fandom there. It'll hurt for basketball's end because they still don't necessarily get a lot of love. But if you can grow a fall sports fan base, it might carry over for the winter. But the fact that we could finally go to these games now, people are going to actually want it. It's supply and demand. But
yeah, especially with everyone being stuck in quarantine now, I feel like people are going to be so inclined to just do anything to be outside with people, considering we're going into only our second full month of quarantine, second.
This is the
March 13th was
technically it's the third. This is the third month. It's been about 2 months, month and a half.
My quarantine ends in 10 days.
So does ours, but still, in New York, they're projecting phase 1 to start May 15th, but we don't really know if that's going to happen. Also, Jack, you're in Vermont, which, guys, if you didn't know, Jack's in Vermont. It snows there. But actually, Vermont was rated the second best state behind, I want to say it was Montana and Arkansas for the best planned phases, probably because no one lives there and your next door neighbor's a cow. But I mean, again,
next door neighbor's going to be really mad that you said that.
Yeah, you better be careful with your choice of words there, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
I'll give you a tour of my neighborhood. Looks like any other neighborhood, bro. You can't see farm.
Okay.
You look out my back deck. Yeah, there's nothing but trees. But if you look out my neighborhood, I live in a standard neighborhood that your typical family would want to live in.
All right, I've never been anywhere north of Mass, so I wouldn't even know.
I have been to
that's
Burlington.
Uncultured.
Have
You've been to where?
I've been to Burlington, Vermont.
That is where I live. That is.
I went up there with my dad when I was looking at colleges. I was looking at St. Michael's because a friend of mine from high school worked there, and so she gave me a tour and gave me this thing. But as someone who has a big problem with flying, that didn't really work out. But here I am.
Yeah, there we are. So Liz Flynn, what's on deck? What's on deck for you?
Oh gosh. Well, I have been done since Thursday with academics because I don't have anything finals week. So
lucky.
I pretty much had my last Zoom class, closed my laptop, went into my living room to my family, and I said, "That's all, folks. That's about it." In a perfect world where Corona wouldn't be happening, I would have applied to many more jobs because there would be many more jobs open. Mm-hmm. I probably would have been back at my internship in Brooklyn shooting for the Cyclones just because it was an option. And then I would have just tried to find a full-time job from there. I'd definitely still make some trips to Quinnipiac here and there to shoot some teams just because I love Quinnipiac and hate the thought of leaving. Grad school was always in the back of my mind, but I wasn't totally sure when I'd fit it in. But now with everything going on, I feel even more inclined to do grad school now because if there's going to be limited / no job opportunities for the rest of 2020, why not just take a year to go to grad school and have my master's so that I can be a more well-rounded individual going into the job search. But I'm considering it, but who knows where I'm going to end up.
What would you end up doing if you were to go to grad school?
I've been looking into, I have looked at everything. Quinnipiac
back into health sciences.
Yeah, no.
Imagine
Quinnipiac,
that.
Quinnipiac emailed me with the +1 MBA program. I researched it and looked into it, but just realistically, it's not a good fit for me. The program, from what I've heard, is awesome, but as
Mhm.
someone who's media studies and wants to go into the sports world, I don't need an MBA right now, and I don't plan on doing my own business, so I'm not really needing that. I looked into sports management, sports business. I've looked at almost everything on the East Coast area
Mhm.
and haven't found a perfect program yet. I found a really cool program that Molly Annity actually helped me find, but it's in Ohio. So I'm like, I don't know if I can go that far. I have 2 little nephews at home.
Mhm.
Um, I looked into Quinnipiac programs. I did talk to Molly about the sports journalism program. So I've just been kind of looking at everything, and I am considering everything, but it's pretty much either going to be probably a local Long Island, New York grad school, or back at Quinnipiac would probably be my only couple options.
Imagine.
are you going to consider freelance photography at all?
I've considered it. I've definitely thought about it, but I'd have to grow my resume a little bit more, my portfolio, because like my friends always say like, I want you to shoot my wedding, I want you to shoot my engagement photos, and I'm like, I don't know how to do that because I've never done it. So I'd have to definitely learn and figure it out. But if I can kind of expand my skill set a little bit, I'd totally be open to freelancing. But it's just tough because often freelancers are able to really like go anywhere and do anything, and they have so much equipment. Like they could put down a backdrop and do professional portraits. They can go into an abandoned apartment complex and do like fancy photos there. I don't have that equipment and that stabilization yet, so I can't graduate and do freelance. But if I have the time where I can learn it, then I'd totally be open to it. But I just can't wait for sports to be back, and I can just be back on a field, on a court, or in an arena. I just can't
Oh
do it
yeah.
anymore.
Imagine Liz Flynn comes back to Quinnipiac for sports journalism and joins me. Oh God, one more year of this tandem.
On
No,
second
And
thought,
you could be back on the Mac and Main show doing more Jeopardies.
listen, if going back to Quinnipiac University for grad school is what it takes to get me back on the Mac and Main show, I will apply immediately.
You are welcome anytime on the Mac and Main show,
well,
in
hey, you know
person
what?
or otherwise.
On, on the up and up though, and we were saying this before the show. Liz was Jack's lucky charm last week. Last year, last Jeopardy. Now she's back on my end, so I am 2-1,
So that
and
means, but we're gonna need a tiebreaker then, aren't we?
maybe let's
Well, we
see.
need a Liz Flynn tiebreaker. We will definitely have another Jeopardy coming up next fall for
Next time,
sure.
all Liz Flynn, everything about
Every category is a list with
Everything is about Liz
Flynn's
Flynn
favorite
Twitter,
colors.
Liz Flynn Instagram.
Fit-
Are we good? Do
favorite
we want to wrap it
colors,
up?
favorite memories. What did I do when I was 4 years old? When I would like wake up from a nap, like random stuff like that.
Are we
Oh,
good? Do we want to wrap?
yeah, I think it's time for us to go.
It's time for
what
us
a
to go.
great
All
time.
right,
This-
everybody. Well,
Man.
everybody, this has been a wonderful time. Liz Flynn, thank you so much for coming through and hosting our third Jeopardy. She will be back, folks. Whatever Liz Flynn decides to do next in her life, she is always welcome on the Mac and Main show, talking sports, taking pictures, hosting Jeopardy, whatever it is. Liz, you are welcome anytime. Steve and I will be back as well. We do not know how many more of these we will put out. I don't want to stress that too much. I don't want to make any promises because we don't know if we're going to come back for another 2 weeks or another week or what the deal is. But we will be back at some point. Steve will be back for another year as well. For those of you who didn't pick up on the fact that he will be doing his sports master's journalism thing at
17th
Quinnipiac.
grade, baby.
17th grade.
What it do?
17th. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to go follow us on Twitter at Mac and Main. Like us on Facebook. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube as well. Go follow Liz Flynn at Liz Flynn _ on Twitter, and then L Flynn Photos on Instagram as well.
Yes,
For
sir.
Jack Main, Steve McAvoy, Liz Flynn. So long, everybody.
Liz,